Hey guys, it's me, Josh. First of all, I just want to apologize. I know I told all of y'all that I would make a weekly video, so I'm probably have lost a lot of subscribers because I've only made one video so far. But it's been a pretty terrible month here for me and Stephanie. Stephanie just recently lost her grandfather to cancer. Rest in peace, Floyd Blevins. He was a great man. Really sad to see him go. We also lost our roommate due to some differences, and in turn, that put a big financial strain on Stephanie and I. So we've basically just been steady working as much as we can and playing catch up. And that got me to thinking there's some other people out there in the world that, live paycheck to paycheck like I do, but want to enjoy the outdoors, enjoy survival training and survival prepping and hunting and fishing or whatever it may be, but can't afford top of the line, nice ritzy stuff. And this video is dedicated to all those broke asses such as myself, and also dedicated to those of you that dip. So this is my dip tin survival tip video. If you yourself are a dipper, or you know somebody that's a dipper and they have empty tins laying around the house, I thought of some things that you could possibly use those empty tins for, to help you out in a survival situation or a camping situation or a hiking situation, because like I said, if you're like me, can't afford all these fancy bags to put all my stuff in. So I'm just going to go over a few ideas that I came up with that I did with my empty tins here that I have at the house, and then maybe you guys can comment below and tell me some other ideas of what you would put in your survival dip tins. So let's go over my tins and talk about that a little bit and see what you guys think about it. My first tin, I went through the trouble of shredding up a bunch of dry wood that I found outside today, and put it in there for a nice dry tinder container, because I got to thinking, man, that's kind of nice, because when you put your rod in there, instead of, when you put, I know everybody's probably done this a time or two, when you get your tinder bundle together, you lay it on the ground and then you start flicking your steel and your tinder bundle starts getting unraveled and blowing all over the place, and it pisses me off. I'm sure it does you too. So this is kind of a nice contained unit to have all of your tinder in, and you can strike your spark right into there, and then hopefully you can get a fire started that way. So that's one idea that I had. I thought that was pretty cool. And the other reason I wanted to do dip tins is because you can fit a lot of these in a fanny pack, a backpack, whatever you take out in the woods when you're hiking or camping or whatever it may be. So that's pretty much the premise of this, is it's a space saver because there's so little, but you can hold a lot of stuff in here. But anyways, the next tin here is my hunting and fishing tin here. As you can see here, I have two pre-made snares for small game, such as setting squirrel poles or setting snares up for rabbits or whatever's in your local area where you live there, guys. So that fits. I probably could have fit a half a dozen of them in here. This is just, I did this real quick for the video today. So like I said, there's two snares in there, and then in here I've got about probably over 50 yards, maybe a little bit more than that, of some bank line, some real heavy duty fishing line. So I just wrapped that on a piece of cardboard and taped the end so I know where my end is at. So that's the other idea. And then in there I also have some swivels to put on my line, 3 or 4 fishing hooks in there, and look at all the room I still have, guys. Really, you could put a lot more in there if you wanted to. So there's that for you. That's the hunting and fishing tin. The next tin I have here is my medical tin. This is a good thing if you're going out for a day hike or a overnight camping thing. I was able to flatten almost a whole roll of medical tape. You know, there's a lot of uses for that. Whether you can use it as cordage, you could use it as, putting it on a wound. I mean, come on, guys, I don't have to sit here and go over all the uses you can have for tape. There's a million of them. So I was able to flatten that down like that and fit it in my tin. Also, I got 3 or 4 Band-Aids. You know, you just fold them up and put them in the tin there. I think I have 3 or 4 of them in there. And then a couple cough drops, alcohol swabs. I got some Aleve, for pain relief if you end up spraining something or hurting something while you're out hiking or camping or surviving or whatever it is you're doing. Have some Aleve, and then these little white pills here are allergy pills, in case you're like me and you go out there and have really bad allergies or have an allergic reaction to something. And again, guys, if you look here, there's still a lot of room left in there, I mean, you really could have put a couple more, things in there, really. So that was the medical tin that I decided to show you guys. And then lastly, got some peanuts in there. Like I said, if you're going to go out hiking or camping overnight, or, really, if you think about it, guys, if you have something like this, whatever you put in a trail mix, peanuts, whatever, if it turns out to be a survival situation and you get lost in the woods or stuck in the woods, this is great bait for small game, squirrels, chipmunks, stuff like that, depending on your area that you live in. So that can help you out in more than one way. Save a couple of those to use as bait for your snares, or if you're like me and carry rat traps, that would work too. Now, lastly, I couldn't open the last one. Couldn't open the last tin because there's live stuff in there. I picked a few potato bugs, or whatever you want to call them, because just as an example, because how many times have you gone out in a survival situation or a camping situation and you go catch your crawfish, catch your worms, catch your bugs, but you don't have anything to put them in. They're getting away from you. They slip out of your hands. It's so easy to just, once you catch whatever bug or worm or crawfish or whatever you're after, to just put them in that tin and put the lid on, and that way they don't get away from you and you can continue to use them as bait. Or if you're not in an area where there's water around you, you could go ahead and eat those, whatever you're collecting. I mean, the possibilities are endless with containers. I mean, and these are, they're small containers, but they hold a lot. You could put, leaves in there, roots in there, anything you want to make teas out of, or anything you want to harvest to eat if you're stuck in a survival situation. So that's what I have for you guys this time. I know it's not much, but I wanted to do something different. There's so many guys on YouTube that are showing you all how to make a shelter and how to make a fire, and just, I don't want to overplay anything. Of course I'll get to that stuff. I'll show you my version of making fire, my version of making shelters, all the typical survival stuff, but I know it's overplayed, and there's a million dudes online that are already making videos like that. So I wanted to give you guys something different, and see what you guys thought about this. Comment in the section below. Let me know some other ideas of what you would put in your dip tins. Let's just have some fun with this and see your guys' ideas of how you would use containers, whether you get them from a friend or find them in the woods. So that's what I have for you this video. Again, you guys will have to apologize. I'm not a TV actor. I don't have a great personality. So there's a lot of mumbling, a lot of jumbling words,
a lot of not knowing how to present things. So anybody that watches these videos, I don't care if it's 5 people or 500 people or 5 million people, I appreciate you all listening to my rambling and lack of educated words to use when I'm shooting these videos. So thanks again. I hope you like and subscribe this video and subscribe to my page. And thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it a lot.